The coronavirus doesn't discriminate, but people do. While COVID-19 is hurting everyone, Asian Americans have to endure both the pandemic and the racism that followed. A year into the pandemic, the anti-Asian attacks repeatedly surfaced in the news showed xenophobia is far from over. The recent waves of attacks prompted activists and government officials to warn that racist rhetoric about the coronavirus pandemic may be fueling a rise in hate incidents. Online reporting center Stop AAPI Hate received over 2,800 reported incidents of racism and discrimination targeting Asian Americans between March 19th and December 31st last year. Victims said they were spat on, stabbed while shopping, shunned for wearing masks, and barred from entering ride-hailing vehicles. Congresswoman Judy Chu, chair of Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, and other lawmakers, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, denounced recent attacks on Asian Americans across the country.
What started as dirty looks and verbal assault has escalated to physical attacks and violence against innocent Asian Americans. And we warned that spreading xenophobia would put lives at risk. But our pleas and the guidance from experts were ignored.
Many of the lawmakers speaking at a virtual press conference laid the blame at the feet of leaders like former President Donald Trump, who has blamed China for the pandemic and used derisive terms for the coronavirus.
Why it began happening in the first place, those kinds of attitudes exist in people's hearts, and they're not visible always. And it's very hard to change the way people feel. I think it's pretty clear that very early on, leaders in this country, including the man who lived in the building behind you, our president, not only blamed China as a political matter. I mean, I think he was trying to, place blame somewhere other than his own government and his own leadership for what was going on in this country. And it just got worse and worse.